guys, this is American Beer TV, and we're sitting here at Hangar 24 with the head brewer, Joe Savage, and we're going to try some of these beers here. And we got some special stuff for you that you're not going to be able to see quite yet. So Joe will tell us all about it. So let's dig in. What do we got here before us?
Well, today we're going to taste the 3rd anniversary ale. It is a tart Belgian ale. We used a unique process in that, a sour mash. We have our Oktoberfest lager. It's a very clean, crisp, traditional Marzen. We have our chocolate porter on nitro.
Okay.
And we also have our double IPA. We'll talk about the special when we get to that.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So, anniversary. I've talked to you before about this beer. You totally blew me away about your sour mash process.
So what we did was pretty unique. We wanted to get a tartness out of it that wasn't coming from bacteria in the beer afterwards. So we wanted to kind of sour up our wort, drop down the pH a little bit, the tartness, and then have a really clean fermentation afterwards, and have no little critters left over in the final product. So what we did was we mashed in, and then we let it run off and let it sit there for an extended period of time. We had a target in mind, and when our pH dropped to that target, we started the boil process. It was around like 16 to 20 hours, whereas typically we have a 2-hour runoff, and then we start to boil immediately after that. This was a 16-hour rest.
Now, the only time I've ever heard of a sour mash like that is with whiskey. Is that a similar process?
Yeah, and then also I think Berliner Weisses employ sour mash.
Very nice.
Can also employ lacto, during fermentation as well, and other bugs. But this one, yeah, we just wanted to kind of drive the tartness into that wort, and then from there let the yeast also have character there too. So what you get is kind of a nice balance between that tart, little bit of funky lacto character, and then the fruity, spicy character from the Belgian yeast.
Cool.
Yeah, the aroma that comes through is like really faint.
You've
got a
subtle.
little funk.
A little bit, yeah.
It's kind of like a doughy sweetness there too.
You can definitely pick up the Belgian yeast flavor from it, and it does have just a little bit of tartness. It's not like overwhelming. It's not like one of these ones like all bread or anything like that. Like you were saying, you wanted something much more subtle, and it's got a beautiful, clean color to it.
Yeah, the difference between a beer like this than adding the bread or adding lactobacillus after in the fermentation process, you still get the body of this beer. It's not
still get the malt.
Really dried out or really like.
The astringency is kept to a minimum for sure.
Super sour.
It actually, there was a lot of enzymatic activity just based on that process. So there was a tremendous amount of conversion while we let it sit there. So it dried up, actually significantly dried up, but I think the astringency was kept to a minimum, so it doesn't seem to be that dry.
So let's move on to the Marzen. So this is traditional Oktoberfest Marzen style lager.
All German malt, all German hops, all German yeast.
Yeah, you're really getting the malt right up front in the nose on that. That's really got a nice bready, biscuity malt flavor or aroma.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, big difference from using all German malt instead of using all American malt. You really get some of the earthy tones. You get the grassy notes.
And you're getting. This is a fairly hopped Oktoberfest. I'm getting some hops at the end of that.
Yeah, we use
a lot of times the Oktoberfest can be really malt forward, and you can't really pick up the hops. This is more balanced than that.
We did use some late additions to try to get the hoppiness in there. Bitterness is pretty moderate. It's only about 20-25 IBUs. Yeah. So it comes in about 5.7 on the alcohol. It's a little sweet, sweeter than a lot of our other beers, but it's definitely pretty balanced, and it's got a really nice clean yeast character. The lagering profile we used.
I think people are going to start rediscovering lagers a little bit.
I hope so.
Because they've gotten a bad taste in their mouth from all the big boys. So
right, yeah.
I know there's some really good lagers coming out. So
yeah,
it's good to see more.
I'm a big lager fan, so I love our profile that we have on our yeast right now. It's clean, it's crisp, it doesn't have those sulfur notes, it doesn't have any of the some vegetal notes that you can get to, and that's really just kind of reining in the temperature and having good fermentation control like that, and the extended period of time letting the yeast do its conditioning.
Cool.
what it's supposed to do. So.
Very nice. Well, let's go on to your double IPA here. Now, this is a big boy. This is about 9%, and it's really nice and clear. I've seen double IPAs can go either range of the spectrum. I've seen them really cloudy. I've seen them really dark. I'm looking more like the barley wine, but this is kind of like a nice, real nice golden color on it.
Yeah, it's nice clarity.
So does this run through filter?
No, this is unfiltered.
Nice.
We try to give it some time, let some of the hop material.
Yeah.
Because it's a dry hop beer and very hoppy just throughout the whole entire process. That it does get a little, a lot of hop material left over. So we want to give it some time, let all that stuff settle out, so we can come up with a clean beer like this.
What kind of hops are you using in this?
The predominant aroma hops that you're going to get are a blend of the Citra hop and the Simcoe.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah, you can definitely get it's a real hop forward beer. You can definitely get that Simcoe, that grapefruit.
Everybody loves the citrus.
Yeah, it has a nice balance, I feel, between some of the fruitier tones on the Citra and some of the
like you get a little of that grapefruit and then a little
tones,
tropical guava.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of that citrus.
118 IBUs.
Wow.
It's a big
118?
118.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, hopheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely a good hophead beer.
So as from a brewer's perspective, I mean, me and Bill are always, geeking out about, from a consumer's point of view, like, oh, there's crazy hops, we love it. But as a brewer's point of view, do you like brewing beers like this because you can just go nuts with the hops, or do you feel it's kind of a challenge because you have an idea in your head about what you want, what you think it's going to come out, and then it's kind of up to you to kind of figure out how much hops, or you don't want to go overboard, or
you certainly want to not go overboard. You can get a lot of really gnarly off flavors. When it comes to,
some people would say 118 could be overboard, but I think not for hopheads.
I think if you keep it in balance,
118 is one of the highest IBUs that I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty up there.
Most of the time when they get over 100, they don't even mention it. They just say over 100.
I think what's remarkable about this double IPA is how balanced it is. For even being at 118, we use honey in the process. So
nice.
Honey in the boiled we get locally from down the road here at farm, and we just it keeps that sweetness there, and it keeps all that bitterness in check.
All right,
and then we'll go on to the chocolate
porter.
Now, porters. I'm a dark beer. I'm a malty beer kind of guy. And so I really like porters, stouts, and the like. So, tell us a little bit about the process behind this one. Why you decided to do a chocolate. A lot of people put their chocolate in their stouts, and whatnot. So, what was it about the porter that made you decide to do it with the porter?
We wanted to keep something that wasn't quite so roasty and intense as a stout, and try to amplify the dessert-like qualities of a big, robust porter.
Okay.
So this comes in at 8%. We use cocoa nibs in the mash. So we're
you
trying
use
to
cocoa nibs in the mash.
We mash in the cocoa nibs.
Oh wow!
And that, we want to kind of imbue it into those runnings that come off initially, and into that wort. After fermentation, we also add whole vanilla beans into the fermenter.
Nice.
And the vanilla beans kind of enhance the sweetness and also kind of play out the chocolate too.
Really, anyone who does any baking knows that if you're going to do chocolate, you add a little bit of vanilla to bring out that chocolate flavor. So
yeah, it's nice. You get the kind of the roasted and coffee notes with the nose.
Yeah.
And then once it hits your palate, then you get the vanilla.
And the vanilla is there as well.
Like the roasty crackle at the end too. Just at the very end, there's a little bit of that smoky roastiness comes through. It's not overwhelming at all.
Really, really nice beer. So what is this special beer that you have for us here?
Well, this is something that just finished primary fermentation. This is going to be a sneak preview of the raw version of barrel roll release we're going to do next year called the Hammerhead.
Okay.
The Hammerhead is a aerobatic maneuver, and all the beers in our barrel roll series are named after aerobatic maneuvers. This is going to be over 10% barley wine right now.
Wow.
It's coming in just under 10 after primary.
Very nice.
It's a little yeasty because it just came out of the tanks. It got the terminal gravity yesterday, so
we got a nice.
There even still is some faint carbonation.
Yeah, there's some carbonation to it. So this is a beer we're tasting right off the fermenter. So this is going to be kind of, for you homebrewers out there, that when you pull it off and you do your tastings, it's going to be kind of flat, a little warm, it's some of those flavor profiles that come out when it's carbonated are not necessarily going to be present yet. So, but you get a good idea of what the beer is going to be like, and it's it's raw form. That's what you're referring to as raw. So we're really getting an opportunity to taste something quite unique here. So.
Yeah, right off the bat, you can smell the yeast.
Yeah, definitely.
You can smell
some
those
malts.
Caramel notes.
Yeah.
And a little bit of that, that sweetness comes through.
You're getting a, like this is raw. You're getting a hint of that of the alcohol that's on here. And you said this was what is it right now?
Well, right now it's probably approaching 10%.
Nice.
It's like upper nines.
And even the fact that it's just been sitting here, there's
Yeah.
like a little yeast cake on the bottom.
It was
just sitting here.
It's
too.
been going for a
Awesome.
while. That's primary. It was a big gravity to start with, just about 23, 24 Plato. So big,
Nice.
big work that went in there, and fermentation been going for a good week solid, and just kind of finished out right now, and it's
So
degassing
for
right
those
now
of you
in the
who
tanks.
don't know, I think most beers, correct me if I'm wrong, are about 13, 14 Plato, right?
Yeah, most of your commercially available stuff will come in.
So this is
Big.
double that.
Yeah. So this is a pretty big one. Yeah, definitely get the caramel tones.
Cheers,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
Drink it.
Yummy.
Oh wow, that's nice and balanced for almost 10%. You're getting malt. You're getting some hops.
Definitely getting some booze.
Yeah.
It's very young, so a lot of the alcohol is very vibrant.
Yeah, but you can see that when this matures, it's going to be a nice, balanced, drinkable beer.
We targeted right now a higher finishing gravity than we would normally,
Right.
because we want to give it a little residual body and extract to go into the barrel so that it can stand up to what the barrel's going to do. We're going to put this batch into bourbon and rye whiskey barrels.
Wow, nice.
And
Now, are you going to blend those back again for the final product, or are you going to sell them as one bourbon barrel, one rye barrel?
We haven't finally decided on that yet.
Okay.
I imagine that we're going to blend them because I think it'd be unique to kind of have those two characters playing together.
Yeah.
Versus side by side. In the future, it's definitely potential that we could do just a single rye version and a single bourbon version.
Nice.
But I think for this release, we'll probably blend them together.
Very nice, and I think, when is this one supposed to come out?
It'll be in the spring of next year, probably March or April.
Nice. So
Yeah,
we're
it'll be
getting-
called the Hammerhead.
Sorry, guys, you got to wait a little bit.
You heard it here first, American Beer TV,
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a good...
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'll have it definitely. We'll have to come back and get one of the finished products and do another tasting on that one.
I say this is more skewed to American barley wine, very hop forward, higher alcohol versus a more caramel, rich, malty English barley wine. So, and that's just more on what all of our preferences were and what we when we sat down and tried to hammer out the recipe. That was
Hammer out the hammer. Yeah. No, I got it. We're good.
That's
Cool.
kind of where we were leaning. So.
Very nice.
But then it was when it came to finalizing all the details, we just kind of went off of a couple of pilot ideas and refined it from there. It uses English specialty malts,
Okay.
and an American barley base. And
What's the base of the hops?
the hops are Cascade, a little bit of Columbus, and we still have yet to determine whether or not we're going to add any more hops
To
throughout
dry
the
hop
process.
it?
Dry hop it, or anything like that. So yeah, it's kind of it's a nice work in progress.
Yeah, it's definitely very
Beers
nice.
like this are always pushing the envelope on the whole craft beer scene.
Certainly pushed our capacity on our mash tub.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just about spilled out of the top.
Yeah, and you're making beers that are completely unique to Hangar 24.
Yeah.
Like nobody in forever will ever be able to produce a beer like this.
Definitely.
This is your beer.
We're staying true
that's
to
what's
ourselves
so cool,
and
and this
what
is
we
real
want.
craft beer.
Yeah.
Nobody can come in.
We're trying to do our own
Copy
thing.
you.
We're trying to not hold ourselves too rigidly to style or other preconceived notions. We like with the anniversary, we're just trying to think of unique ideas and how we can actually make them happen.
You've got really clean, drinkable flavors. So perfect. I think
Thank you very
really
much. That's
enjoyed
what
it.
we're
cheers.
shooting for.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Coffee.
Thank you for sharing your beer with us
Absolutely.
today.
Definitely.
No problem, guys.
Get out there and drink craft beer.
Cheers.
Yeah.